Sadly, the FTX just failed and is currently the subject of numerous controversies. FTX filed for bankruptcy in the US today and has formally declared bankruptcy. What went wrong though? What caused the FTX to crash? You should watch the entire video because we go over everything in it. But before we start, please like and subscribe to this channel and then sit back and relax. What happens with the FTX virtual brokerage house? For cryptocurrency exchange FTX, problems grew over the weekend after it reported billions of dollars running out as it underwent the equivalent of a banker run in virtual money. The firm, which was once among the biggest in the world, attempted to declare bankruptcy last week, and its founder and CEO left. The business disclosed that there had been unlawful entry and that some monies had vanished hours later. Hundreds of millions of dollars would have been lost, according to analysts. The demise of what was once a massive financial market has had an impact on the whole sector. Why did FTX file bankruptcy? Clients fled the brokerage over concerns about whether FTX had sufficient capital, and it agreed to sell to competitor Binance. But the deal fell through as Binance conducted its investigations into FTX's balance sheet. FTX had valued its asset at between $10 billion and $50 billion and had listed more than 130 affiliated companies around the world, according to the bankruptcy filing. FTX and dozens of affiliated companies, including CEO Sam Bankman-Fried's Alameda Research hedge fund, filed for bankruptcy on Friday in Delaware. What happened that week represents a surprising turnaround for Bankman-Fried, who was hailed a few months ago as a savior after helping bail out several cryptocurrency companies that had fallen into financial trouble. He was recently estimated to be worth $23 billion and has been a major political donor to the Democratic Party. Was FTX hacked? FTX confirmed unauthorized access to its accounts on Saturday, hours after the company filed for bankruptcy. In social networks, the debate arose about whether the company was hacked or if one of its members stole the funds, a possibility that cryptocurrency experts could not rule out. The exact amount involved is unknown, but Elliptic analysts estimated Saturday that $477 million was missing from the brokerage house. New FTX CEO John Ray III said that he would suspend the ability to trade or withdraw funds and would take steps to protect client assets. Are my Bitcoins safe? Bitcoin owners ought to have no problems keeping it outside of exchanges like FTX, which essentially serves as an online cryptocurrency casino and gambling website. Also, a security risk is any brokerage firm. Although some have better reputations than others, he claimed that taking ownership of your digital assets is the wisest course of action. With Bitcoin, you have the choice to take your coins out of the exchange and keep them in your possession. Is FTX being investigated? The Royal Bahama Police said that it had launched an investigation into FTX, adding to the company's other woes. Police said in a statement that they are working with Bahamian securities regulators to investigate whether any criminal activity has occurred around the cryptocurrency platform, which moved its offices to the Caribbean nation last year. Is anyone else investigating? The United States Department of Justice and the Securities and Exchange Commission started looking into FTX even before the bankruptcy filing and the loss of funds to see if there was any criminal conduct or malfeasance. A person with knowledge of the situations who spoke to the Associated Press on the conditions of anonymity because he could not discuss specifics of the investigation. What are the implications? The companies that back FTX are reducing the value of investments, and the prices of Bitcoin and other virtual currencies have been falling. Politicians and regulators have been calling for tighter supervisions of the unmanageable industry. FTX signaled on Saturday that it would hand over any digital asset it could identify to a new cold wallet custodian, which essentially means a way to store assets without allowing remote control. FTX had also entered into many sports-related deals, some of which are falling apart. The NBA's Miami Heat and Miami-Dade County decided Friday to end their relationship with FTX and change the name of the team's stadium. Also on Friday, Mercedes said it would immediately remove the FTX logos from its Formula One cars. After the collapse of FTX, what is the future of cryptocurrencies? Just a few weeks ago, Sam Bankman-Fried was at the top of the crypto world. FTX, his cryptocurrency company, was considered the third largest in the world. valued at $32,000 million, and his wealth was estimated at around $16,000 million. But his fall from grace was, as the crypto world has accustomed us to, hard and fast. Sam was revered as a financial genius by many venture capitalists in Silicon Valley. He was the one who, although living in a laid-back environment, could dazzle inventors and was destined to become the first trillionaire in history. He was the accepted face of cryptocurrencies in Washington, interacting regularly with lawmakers and funding initiatives to influence their regulations thanks to his extensive connections and positive reputations. But everything was different. There are currently 1 million irate creditors, dozens of dubious cryptocurrency businesses, and a huge number of regulatory and criminal investigations. An industry with a long history of failure and corruption has suffered a catastrophic blow as a result of the swift fall of FTX. Stronger regulations in the offing? It is very likely that after this fact, the regulator will get stricter with the industry of the world of cryptocurrencies. International analysts expect that the bills to regulate the world of cryptocurrencies proposed in the United States will be modified, which could further delay the long-awaited regulations of digital currencies. In the same sense, the Wall Street giants, the renowned JP Morgan, was able to express a not very encouraging predictions about the price of Bitcoin, warning that the number one cryptocurrency could continue to fall another 25% after the collapse of FTX. Even after that, the bank bet on this type of asset. What makes this new phase of crypto deleveraging included by the apparent collapse of Alameda Research and FTX more problematic is that the number of entities with stronger balance sheets able to bail out those with low capital and high leverage is shrinking within the ecosystem. The JP Morgan analysts, led by Nicolaus Panikkard-Stockow, said in a note to clients seen by MarketWatch and quoted by Forbes, analysts said they expect this crypto crisis, which comes after a series of failures this year, could drive the price of BTC to lows of $13,000 due to a margin call cascade behind the FTX crash. What is the future of cryptocurrencies? One of the main questions that have this world in suspense is whether digital currencies can be useful for something other than scams or speculations. The promise behind this huge market was a technology that could make financial intermediations faster, cheaper, and more efficient. With each new scandal that occurs, it makes it more likely that the true innovators will panic and the industry will shrink. However, there remains the possibility, however slight, that one day this market will find that lasting innovation. It is critical to emphasize the potentials of technology in the wake of the significant harm that has been created recently. To establish confidence between strangers, conventional banking requires a complex infrastructure. This is pricey material that is frequently purchased by insider in exchange for a percentage. Contrarily, public blockchains are constructed on top of a data network, making your transactions open and, in theory, reliable. On top of these, open source and interoperable features can be added, such as self-executing smart contracts that always perform as intended. Together, a token system and the rules that governing it can provide a clever approach to reward open source contributors, and deals that would be expensive or impractical to apply in the real world become possible, allowing artists to earn a share from the profits from the resale of their digital works, for example. The problem is the disappointment that comes 14 years after the inventions of Bitcoin blockchain that little of this promise has come true. The cryptocurrency frenzy attracted the talent of the top professionals from Wall Street and the capital of venture capital firms, banks, and investment funds. It is a market that has used vast amounts of money, time, talent, and energy to build a great ecosystem of digital currencies. Several versions were developed and were efficient and decentralized, which turned out to be projected with great added value. But as in any world where large amounts of money and uncertainty deepen, famous speculators appear who use said market to generate distrust, money laundering, sanction evaders, and fraudsters. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, the subscription button, and the notification bell. To get notified when new videos are uploaded from this channel, please share your thoughts about the FTX Collapse Explain. What went wrong in the comment section below. Thank you.